In this video, we're going to show you how to do this exercise correctly. Welcome back, guys. My name is Dr. Mike, and I'm a physical therapist providing tips on how to build strength longevity with your body. Today, we are breaking down the side plank clamshell exercise. And I think this exercise is a phenomenal exercise when it comes to building hip stability, working out your core muscles, as well as if you're anyone dealing with low back pain. This is a great exercise to help incorporate in your rehab routine. Now, I use this for my clients and my athletes, especially when we're regaining strength in the pelvis. However, there are so many common mistakes that I see people make, and if people are not properly cued and shown how to do this exercise correctly, you're simply just wasting your time. You're defeating the purpose of the muscles that we're trying to target and work here. So let's go into the common mistakes that I see. And number one is the placement of the legs, the setup of the legs. What I will see people do is they'll typically start in an actual side plank. They're treating this like a side plank exercise where they're actually pushing off their feet and their knees are hovering from the ground. And that defeats the purpose of us working our hip stability muscles. Our hip abductors is what we're trying to target here. So what I tell my patients and my clients to do is when they start their exercise, their knees are going to be at 90 degrees. 90 degrees is a right angle, and they're actually going to bring their knees forward in front of them. What that's going to allow me to do is as I go up into that side plank, my hips are coming forward, and now I can actually open up my knees. It's going to be easier for my feet to stay together, and then as I come up, I'm going to be able to really isolate those hip abductor muscles. The second mistake that I see people make with this particular exercise is just like I've explained in previous videos on how to properly do a side plank, people forget about the shoulder placement and what's going on at the shoulder. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because many people forget that this is really a shoulder exercise as well, because you're actively having to push yourself into the ground. You're using your oblique muscles, you're using the muscles of the shoulder to stabilize yourself and to bring yourself upward. What I commonly see is people not really focusing on shoulder stability, and they let their body just sag to the ground. And that is going to cause you to really compensate and use other muscles that really are not really effectively helping you train with this exercise. The other mistake that I see people make is the rotation of the pelvis. So what I'll see is when people go up into this side plank here, they'll start to rotate their pelvis, and you'll even see some people kind of bring their arms up overhead, they'll bring it to the side, but now my pelvis is kind of tilting backward. Not only is it difficult to maintain that position because you're probably going to fall back, but also that shifts all of the work towards the lower back and the back of the glutes, when really we are trying to target the lateral side of the hip, the glute muscles, glute abductors. And in order to do this correctly, you have to ensure that you maintain good symmetry with your pelvis. You are not rotating, but you really force that leg on the ground to work, and you stay in this nice symmetrical position. Speaking of leg on the ground, the last mistake that I see people make is simply not using that bottom leg to assist with this exercise. They just think that when they go up in this side plank that the only leg that's working is the top leg. And that's a big mistake, because in order to do this correctly, we're actually using that down leg to push away from the ground. That elevates our hips off the ground, and if you do that right, you're going to feel not only the right leg working, but also the left leg working. And you'll see, guys, if you start to really focus on your form and focus on your technique, just like with any other exercise, you're going to reap the benefits of truly working out your core, your hip muscles, as well as your lower back muscles. If you're finding these videos helpful where I go over specific exercises like this, make sure to comment below on another exercise that you'd like for me to cover. In the meantime, if you want more videos on how to improve your strength longevity with your body, please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe below. I'll see you in the next one.